Have made it to the Thanksgiving holiday as we begin to usher in not only the holiday season for the next month, but also the final stretch run. Now, down the stretch they go in the NFL. Week 12 in the league, where they play for pay. 2-0 in a push last week. Pushed the Falcons. Should have gotten 3-0, but hey, probably should have pushed the Lions. Didn't push, and did push the Falcons. Shouldn't have. So would have been 2-0 either way. So 17 up, 13 down. Stopped that 3-week slide we were in, which got us from 70% down to where we are now at 17 and 13. All right, 3 picks. I picked them last night. I'm going to keep them. I was going to change one, but I'm just going to leave it and go with it. Game number one for tomorrow. No, it won't be the Lions and the Packers, and it won't be the hardball. I think the Packers will win. I'm not confident about if they'll win by 1 or win by 10. I think the Ravens and the Niners is a slight edge Ravens, but nothing huge. Game in the middle is the game I'm interested in, and I'm going with the Dolphins plus 7 points. It took me 3 weeks, but after the 3rd week, I'm a believer in what I've seen. Dolphins have not allowed a touchdown now in 3 games. Not only that, their quarterback is the 2nd highest rated quarterback in the month of November. In 2 of his last 3 games, he has had 2 of the highest rated quarterback games this season. So you have a quarterback who's hot, you have a wide receiver who can get down the field, and you have a defense that has really picked things up. Dolphins have won 3 games in a row, and they even admitted this week that they actually got ready for the Bills last week with an eye on the Cowboys. This game is more than just a Thanksgiving game. This game means a lot to Ireland. It means a lot to the head coach of the Dolphins, who was the line coach of the Cowboys when Parcells was there, who knows Romo and Witten and Ware and all those guys oh so well, because these guys, there's a lot of Cowboys in the Dolphins right now. So they know it. They know the area. They know Romo. They know his strengths. They know his weaknesses. And right now, the big key is Romo's not turning it over. He's not making mistakes. Could the Cowboys be coming into this game off a loss? Absolutely. Remember, they allowed the Redskins to come right down the field late and tie the game, send it in overtime. They allowed the Redskins to get into field goal range in overtime. The Redskins missed a long field goal that easily could have sent the Cowboys home losers, and you'd have a whole different opinion than you'd have about this game right now. Instead, they come home winners because Romo made a 3rd down play, and then they kicked the field goal. I'm taking the 7 points. Do I think the Cowboys will probably find a way? Yes. Maybe on a late field goal, but I don't see them being more than a touchdown better than the Dolphins right now. And remember, a lot of the Dolphin losses were late and close. The Giants, they easily could have won that game. You want to go back earlier in the year? The Bronco game, the Brown game, games they easily could have won. Now they've won 3 games in a row, not allowed a touchdown. They've outscored their opponents by a one-sided margin. They are getting very good quarterback play. They are getting very good wide receiver play from Marshall. They are getting good play from Bush. Now they are starting to pick it up in the front 7 defensively. Cowboys can be a little bit weak in the secondary. That's where Marshall can go to work. I think this is going to be a very good game. I think it's going to be a very close game. Give me the Dolphins plus 7, game number 1. Game number 2. I was going to get off it when Fred Jackson got hurt because the line will probably change, but I had picked the Jets. Why? As much an anti-Bills pick as anything, the Bills have come apart. Their last 3 games, they've been outscored 109-26. They have not been competitive. Now they lose Fred Jackson, who has been their offense this year. Plus, they don't match up well with the Jets at all because they don't have the kind of passing attack that can separate itself from the Jets. Now they don't have the kind of running attack. They just signed Tachard Choice, who got cut again, cut by the Redskins. Now he got picked up to run in Buffalo this week. We've seen enough of him this year. Without Fred Jackson, who has been their MVP this year, they are not the same team. This is going to be a very tall order for the Bills. I think this is a game that the Jets need right now. They needed to get to 6-5. They need it for a confidence boost. And this one will put the Bills away, and they can worry about other people and not worry about the Bills anymore. Jets are an 8-point favorite. This game could probably get to 10 by the weekend, I would think. Right now it's 8, so I go by 8. That's all you can do. Give me the Jets, -8, game number 2. Game number 3. Another team that has changed my opinion in recent weeks, and I've seen enough now that I have to acknowledge it and adjust accordingly. And that's why my third pick is Seattle -4 at home against the Redskins. I think Seattle has improved probably as much from the start of the season as any team in the league. Their line play, both ways, excellent. They're starting to get pass rush. They're getting to the quarterback. They are starting to run the ball well. 2 weeks ago, they beat the Ravens. Last week, they punished the Rams. Wasn't even close. Redskins are on a 6-game losing streak. They gave everything they had against the Cowboys, and it wasn't enough. Now they got to go on a holiday week across the country to take on a Seattle team that is tough to beat at home, which has won 2 games in a row, is starting to believe, is a very young team, starting to get better on both lines, starting to believe in Tavares Jackson, starting to get a running game going consistently week in and week out with Lynch. Pete Carroll has developed both lines. They're playing much better. This team is starting to get very good. 2 weeks ago, when the Ravens tried to come back on Seattle, Seattle needed to run the clock out. They took the ball in their own end and ran it right down the field against the Ravens and ended the game. That's against a good team. Now they get the Redskins, who are anything but. Right now, these are 2 ships passing in the night. We know Shanahan can coach, but he can't coach when he doesn't have any players. And right now, he doesn't have any players, and he looks very dejected. And they gave everything they had to that Reds Cowboy game, and they came up short. It'll be hard to get them, to implore them on a week where they have a holiday, on a week where they come off a disappointing loss, to go 3,000 miles to play in a noisy stadium against a team they have no regard for or no respect for. This one to me looks like all Seattle. Seattle -4, game number 3. So the 3 picks for this holiday weekend: Dolphins +7, Jets -8, Seahawks -4. The picks for Week 12 on the Fan.